right, we're going with a BLT today. And we're starting with right here. You're going to get some plant butter, some veganese, plant butter, follow your heart, veganese. Might put me a slice of vegan cheese on it. My wife doesn't like the cheese on her BLT. We're making a quick BLT. We're not really that hungry this morning. We're going to use some lettuce. We're going to use Morningstar Applewood bacon, vegetarian. This one I don't believe is Applewood though. This is just the regular one. Okay, and then that's what it looks like in the package. We got about 15 strips in an unopened pack. It's the cheese, the vegan cheese right there, or vegan product. It's no cheese. It's not real cheese. It's all allergen free and everything. So, and it's dairy free, 100%. Lettuce and the tomatoes look kind of different than a regular tomato would look, because what I do is pull the seeds out on the inside. I chop it in half and then I boil it. And then this skin here, when it cools, I'm going to pull the skin off and let it cool, and just put a slice of a tomato. So it's a BLT with cheese if you like it. If not, you don't. And then the bread we're going to use is going to be fresh baked raisin bread. My wife baked it. She decided to go ahead and get a bread machine, and she made. I sliced the loaves, real thin, and it's kind of different for us because we always bought our bread. But once you eat this, and the moisture of it is just even gluten, and this is gluten-free flour that she used, and it has the raisins in it. And I'm going to grill it, and we're going to have a grilled BLT, and we'll see how that works for us today. But it's a quick breakfast, so that's all I wanted to do, let you guys know what we're doing here today. So bear with us a bit, and we'll see what it turns out to be. Okay. Oh, boy. Let's see what we're going to do here. All right. Here we go. And we'll start with grilling the bread first. Turn the fan on so the alarm won't go off. Use the sticks of plant butter right here, previously opened. It's a crunchy country crock plant butter sticks, but they have buckets of it also, the small buckets, just like any other. Right. may want to get you a little butter knife or something and smear it on there, or a spoon or what have you, and then just scoop it and spread it on the top while the bottom of the fresh bread is cooking one side. Just spread some on the other side so you can just flip it over real quick. You don't have to keep putting butter in the skillet. Just spreading it on one side, and then I will flip it over and spread it on the other side. A lot of people probably think this isn't quick, but it's healthy. A healthier version of a BLT. Just butter both sides with the plant butter. And see what it looks like. It really browns pretty quick when you uh, got homemade bread. It's not the grocery store with all the preservatives and whatnot. Again, this is gluten-free homemade bread made with a bread machine. So it browns real quick. That other, the store-bought bread doesn't brown that quick because I guess the preservatives or whatever that may be uh, keeping it from its natural state. But natural unprocessed bread is very. This first time we ever did this one, at least me, as far as uh, grilling it on top of the stove just to see how long it would take for it to brown. That's pretty quick, like about a minute. One thing I do notice about the homemade bread, when you put it in the refrigerator, it does stiffen up. As soon as it gets back to room temperature, it goes right back to normal. I mean, as far as the touch of it, it's moist like a regular loaf of bread. But when it's in the refrigerator, you know, you know, as a loaf, it seems to be like a hardened piece of bread. I just resliced it real thin and and made a whole loaf. I think my wife said it was 2.3 pounds of dough, or whatever the case is what it came out. Not, I guess, ounces. As far as that goes, 32, 48 ounces. That's 48. Let's see, 16 ounces in a pound. So that's 32 plus another six. So like 38 ounces was like a whole loaf of bread. Whereas in the store, the bread that they got in the store is, I looked at the packaging of that, it's like 15 ounces. That's the difference. And we used to pay $10 for a loaf of bread, gluten free with raisins, cinnamon, and all of that. Now we just do it ourselves. And she got 3 loaves of bread for baking it herself, rather than paying $10 for a 15 ounce of bread that's gluten free and healthier for you. She got 3 loaves to one out of the same, I guess, just doing it herself and using the ingredients. You buy the ingredients and you just make it as you need it. Just greasing the skillet a little bit with that plant butter. Getting all the extra butter, excess butter off the plate. While that's cooking, I'll show you this guy here, what it looks like. Beautiful. Homemade raisin bread. And to touch, it's just moist. It's just real moist. And when it first comes out the refrigerator overnight, it feels like it's a little stiff because there's no preservatives or whatever. So, but as soon as you can see, we sliced it really thin because that's all you need, and it doesn't get pasty like the loaves get, like regular bread when you bake it yourself. You might want to invest in a bread machine. This is really, really going to be good for us because we like to eat healthy with that uh, gluten-free type of bread, but paying $10 now that the economy the way it is. We started off years ago when we would get gluten-free bread. We used to pay, I think, for a loaf of like Ezekiel bread or gluten-free raisin bread was at the most before it became a thing. Gluten-free for a lot of people, it was maybe $3.79, and we thought that was out of sight. Now we go back to the store, like to these stores, these health type of stores, grocery stores, and the same bread is like $9 to $10. The raisin bread or the Ezekiel bread might be about $8, $7 to $8. That's crazy. See where we're at with it. See how flexible it is now. It was stiff when you pull it out the refrigerator, but look how pliable it is now to the skillet. Butter both sides. My wife over there looking at doing some cinnamon rolls again. She didn't like the way they turned out. We're learning how to use this machine, but we're trying to get to making gluten-free cinnamon rolls. They're not easy. Uh, you just have to keep at it till you get it right. Other than that, you just have it's trial and error. Okay, so even if we don't, if we don't eat it all, if it doesn't come out to what the way we want it, like this batch, she put them back in the oven because last night when we cooked it, as long as they're hot, they're fine. But there's a certain texture of cinnamon rolls that we want to get, and we have to. She that's her thing with the cinnamon rolls. I'm going to see uh, what I can do with certain different types. I like lemon pies and stuff like that. And I'm trying to move up to that type of stuff. It's on like medium heat. Freshen up the coffee. It's gonna be good. I throw this one back in. I wasn't sure how it was gonna turn out, but the alarm didn't go off, so I can fry. It was more of a test on that first one. This is the first time we did the bread on top stove, fresh made homemade bread. So what we did was try to test it to make sure we don't set off any alarm. So that's what I did. So we'll see what happens with it from this point. Okay, and after this, we're gonna grill some bacon, and then gonna use this here. Follow your heart. Very nice. Yeah. This stuff is good. It's not cheap, but it's healthier for version than that regular mayo that you would normally put on a BLT. And normally we would get romaine lettuce, but we just have this left over, and we're gonna get rid of it. This is just regular lettuce. We don't really get the lettuce heads, the round one. We just get the stalks of it like this 3-pack romaine lettuce, but we couldn't get to the place where we normally go. That looks good. It's getting brown. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit in here while I open up the tank butter. I'm going to show you what this looks like. The bacon. When the first comes out the pack. This was a new pack. Like I said, it's about 15 strips. Morning Star Farms. If you look at this vegetarian type bacon, and they come out about the same thickness of a regular pack of bacon. It's just not the greasy pork. Okay, it's kind of thin, and you'll see how it fries up. All right. Everything we cook, we don't use any vegetable oil or whatever. Very rarely will we use like corn oil, or all the different oils. We try to stick with olive oil. Okay, a healthier version of it. Just enough to coat the skillet. You don't need a whole bunch. Just enough to coat the skillet. And with this type of bacon, you got to cook it on really low because it's not pork, so you don't have to grease it up or turn the heat up. I mean, as far as that goes, just a light, not even medium. I usually do it on a low setting to keep the vegetarian bacon from getting hard and burnt. Okay, and you'll learn as you go with it. Okay. My setting goes all the way up to like an 8. I got it on like a 3, and just let it kind of slow cook in there, and I start cleaning up after myself while it's cooking. This here pack will last my wife and I about, I want to say, 1, 2, 3, 4, a week or more, because we don't eat bacon every day, but because she makes her own sausage too, so we kind of go either the sausage or we're going to be eating bacon, but we just stay away from the sweet cereal. And if we do eat cereal, we eat Cheerios that's gluten free. And that's about it. We tried something else. We ordered it. Let me show you what I ordered. This was called Dale's Foods oatmeal with cinnamon. It's gluten free. It ain't cheap, but my wife, she loves oatmeal, but she done bagged away from it from the regular oatmeal because it basically was giving her issues with sinuses. The regular oatmeal with her, I guess, throat and everything. So she kind of got off the oatmeal. But for the 50 years I've known her, she loved oatmeal. But now we kind of found a healthier version of it here. And so we had to order this. It came all the way, I think, from Washington State, and it wasn't cheap. I think I got some more. Let's see. This looks a little okay. This one was cinnamon flavored, and this one here is nutmeg flavored oatmeal, instant oatmeal, hot, gluten free, unsweetened. And she likes to put all her berries and nuts and all that. She does it all naturally. Okay. So that's a good deal. Me personally, I'm not an oatmeal person. I think I didn't even start eating grits till I was in my 40s. My wife got me to eating them. I wouldn't eat them when I was a kid. I was used to sugar. I was brought up on Captain Crunch, uh, Rice Krispies, and everything else. But my wife, I call her a country girl. She knew how to eat, cook all that stuff. I never knew how to cook any grits, oatmeal, all the down home stuff. She's more of a southern type cook. I love it when holidays come because she tears it up. But now at a healthier pace. Okay, as you can see, the bacon is really starting to cook there. And then we're going to flip this over and you'll see what it looks like. Now remember the setting on this thing is 2. So it's going to cook a little bit more. The speckles you see in there is from I left them in there from the bread crumbs off of the fresh bread my wife made. So as you can see, it's still cooking just from the heat itself. So there's no need to raise the heat. Just let it eat. It'll cook. It even cooks even when it's off the fire because it's vegetarian, and there's no need to burn any flesh or any fat or any of that stuff. It's going to naturally keep cooking because it's plant-based cooking. I'm gonna turn it down to even lower to finish it off. Just turn it to an even lower setting, which is about a 2 or 1. Just not me personally. I always wrap this up and put it in the freezer. The bacon, keep it fresh longer, uh, and then defrost it as we need it. Okay, and just go go from there. So we got, end up putting all of this up. Uh, Plant butter, crunchy crock, um, Morning Star, bacon. And then we got, of course, we're going to have the lettuce. And then follow your heart, veganese. Okay? Soy free. Okay. Now, sometimes we'll decide to throw an egg on there. Did you want an egg there or no? Okay, and the egg normally we use is just eggs, but sometimes we will eat regular egg. Regular egg. Also, we're not hardcore. Nothing with a head. And as far as meat goes, I guess that we would be considered more of a style of a pescatarian, meaning just the fish and seafood diet as far as our source of protein with the meat. There is no animals that we actually will eat, but on the holiday we will mix in uh, turkey into the greens or whatever for the flavoring. But other than that, we don't do the steaks, the pork, any of that. So it's going to take a little getting used to. If you hear the background noise, that's my wife doing her studying, but she go get them cinnamon rolls right. She's kind of upset. So anyway, here's the bacon. That's what it looks like. Okay. And as I said, this brown specks is just from the breadcrumbs when I toasted the fresh homemade bread. So we'll put that there. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. And then we got another plate. Okay. What I'm going to do now is basically take the. We're not going to eat any of this today. This oatmeal. So I'm going to put that away. And then I'm going to just put a spoon, maybe a knife. As you look at it, you see it's just regular, looks like regular mayonnaise, and it's just veganese. We're gonna spread it across the bread ever so lightly, just to cover both sides. And another thing is, I use this with my tuna. Only thing I miss about it is with the tuna is we don't use. We might throw an egg in the tuna if we want. So we're not hardcore, like I said, where we won't substitute something. I mean, you got to live, you got to enjoy your life. So if you give yourself this strenuous type of uh, program of eating that I ain't eating anything with a head, that's to each his own. Me personally, my wife and I decided that we use eggs in our tuna, and uh, if we egg chop an egg up in there for the flavor of it, because that's how we were brought up. Not saying that makes it right. It's just saying that it makes it what you want. You got to live. You got to enjoy life, and you know if God blesses it, and that goes for even with meat. If you choose to eat meat, that's on you. Me personally, I look at the difference in my health and my weight, because and everything, because I was over 200, reaching 250 pounds in California when I was back in 2016 when I retired. But now I'm at 180. I've lost, I want to say, close to 50 pounds from when I was in my 40s, because I just decided to change. And my wife, being a team, we kind of do things together, and we decided to try to eat healthier. And that's why when we got to we had really started the eating the uh, ground turkey. We stopped eating ground beef and steaks and all that regularly. We were just doing it intermittently, like for New Year's or special occasion. We might have a filet mignon steak or something at a restaurant. But now to me, it's like chewing on rubber when because my body is not even used to eating an animal anymore. But here you go. That's how we just coat the bread lightly. Okay. And then we decided, you know what, let's go on and do this thing. And we decided to go ahead and do it. So go put a piece of lettuce on the bread, put a piece on my wife's bread here. I usually will take the ribs out of lettuce, like if I'm doing a salad or something, I strip and take the rib out. Depends on the type of salad I'm making. But right now, just keep one whole piece, because the bread my wife made seems to be pretty sturdy. It's not soggy. It doesn't get moist like like regular bread normally will get. As soon as it gets any type of moisture in it, it starts to sag and pasty. This doesn't do that. So just put a little piece of lettuce on both sides of the bread, and then now what we get to is the part where I told you about the tomato. You probably, a lot of people, my wife even, I'm going to be keep it real. She doesn't like the fact that I de-seed the tomatoes. She doesn't like the tomatoes being mushy, but they're not necessarily mushy. What they are is just de-seeded, and when you uh, well, I guess you could say they are mushy, but they what you do is basically what you're doing is giving it a seed de-seeding of the maybe I'll come down here de-seeding, and you peeling the skin off of the tomato, which carries lectins, okay, which causes problems with your digestive system. So this is the skin off the tomato, and some people might not like that. They like the skin of the tomato, but it's not necessarily very good for you. And I'm just peeling off the skin. I split it in half, and then I put it in the microwave, and then peel it off in the microwave for about a minute. Okay, and as you can see, the skin comes right off, and then the inside of it, as you can see, um, right here, all of that is just the seeds are gone. I de-seed it by pulling that middle part of the tomato out that has the seeds, and then I rinse it again to make sure the seeds are gone. Because the inside is what carries it also, the lectins, causes digestive problems. And if you must, just take you a simple paper towel, napkin, whatever, put it on there, let it drain. Okay, just let it drain. I think when we started this, we were in our 40s with trying to go healthy. Uh, I would say 2000 people used to think that we were crazy eating, putting ground turkey in our, I guess, in our spaghetti and anything that normally ground, like eating turkey burgers instead of regular ground beef burgers. People thought we were crazy and weird. Okay, now everybody doing it. And as I said, this was back in the early 2000s when we started. Because that's when we turned 40. Right now we're 65. And, we do what's necessary. Be right back. Okay, let's see. What we have here, we're going to put the bacon on the bread. We got the lettuce on the plate. Okay. The bacon on here. Right there. Okay. Next, we got just a second, tomato we go throw on top each sandwich. And some seeds will try to sneak in there, so you got to keep an eye on it, like this one here. If you look at it, still got a few seeds in it. Just rinse it. It may come off with the it may come off with the water, or it may end up not necessarily being how you want it, but it is. Get another napkin and just pat it dry, and it'll be fine. It's gonna get wet when you eat it anyway in your mouth. So you know, try not to overreact to the moisture of the tomato. And then I put it on both sides. And the thing about it is, you want to make sure because these seeds are some are persistent depending on the size of the tomatoes, so they will hide on you. Okay, so don't think that it won't give you any type of problems get de-seeding it because it likes to be stuck to where it came from. So, and you could chop the tomato up and put it in stringly. It ain't got to be all uniform, one piece of tomato, you know. But you want to get the seeds out, which is what's important. Normally, I de-seed it before I even bother with putting it in the microwave to peel the skin. I usually take a small knife and go inside and just, I split it in half, go inside on each half and pull that middle portion out that has all the seeds. But it's when it's small Roma tomatoes or something, you'll find that the seeds tend to be stuck in there, and they'll try to stay no matter what you do to it. So anyway, that's it. So what we got here is the last part is coming is going to be for me a slice of cheese, and I'm. Do you want half a piece of cheese, half of this cheese, Billy, on top of your sandwich? Beth, she's in deep thought on these on on these cinnamon rolls. Do you want to have? You want to split this half piece of cheese or a whole piece of cheese? Okay, these must go be some good rolls. That's all I can say. All right. And here we go right here. Oh, make it look neat for you because we're at the end now. We got it done. This is a BLT, a healthier version. I'm gonna open it up real quick and let you see what it's gonna look like, and then I'll give you the final results. BLT, vegetarian style. Okay. Wife's. This is mine. Okay. And then what I do basically, I'm going to heat it up. Heat hers up first, ladies first. Best part, cleaning up after yourself. And I think what we're going to do is add a hash brown. You want a hash brown? Okay. We did French fries last night. Homemade French fries. So we probably go eventually. We rarely eat potatoes. We usually do cauliflower, uh, rice, cauliflower. Whatever is needed. But we may just go without the hash brown today because my wife said so. So I guess we won't eat it. I'm gonna show you this one. I got about 10 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but I'm gonna let you see what it is. This is the sandwich. Okay, BLT. Everything on it is pretty much. No, it is definitely vegan, vegetarian, and it'll fill you up, keep you going until for us this will keep us going to dinner. So she on it. She's on them cinnamon rolls. It's my turn. So don't be afraid to experiment. Treat yourself right. You find that eventually you get used to certain foods that you thought you were going to miss, even if you do miss it. It's going to take time, but don't be afraid to eat healthy. And I mean, hard as it may be to stop the doctors from getting the $50 visits and what's going on in the Medicare system and everything, is better that we take care of ourselves early in life. Don't wait till a doctor tells you you got high blood pressure, you got high cholesterol, you got high sugar, you got high this diabetes. Because one symptoms to me is sick care, not health care. Okay, when you're going to the doctor every 3 months, and they telling you, okay, now you got this right, you got this part right, but this is wrong. I refuse to keep doing that. And once you get retired or whatever, you end up paying more for your medical bills, expenses. Even if you retire with a certain amount of years, you can get health care uh, added to your retirement, which or at a discount. That changes with I'm gonna say with administrations even. Okay, I mean we can see what's going on now that uh, uh, healthcare is uh, arbitrary to me now, that or sick care is arbitrary as far as how much it's going to cost you. If you got to choose between whether you're going to eat or buy your medication, I mean, what kind of you know? So basically, if you don't have the money, then you're gonna end up in the hospital getting more bills. So just treat yourself right and just enjoy your life. And this food actually, once you get used to it, your body gets used to it. It doesn't even crave the other negative things that's in your life. Okay, you tend to not miss it as much as you thought you would. It's going to take some type of challenges, but this is a BLT with cheese, uh, and it's all vegan. And we're going to go ahead and let you guys go. I appreciate you uh, tuning in with us, and treat yourself right. Experiment with what you do like, and look for healthier versions, in my opinion, on how to do it. I'm not a doctor. All I can tell you is what works for me. And me and my wife decided that we go do this as a team, as far as try to be around for a while together, as far as being healthy, with not one or the other taking care of each other. It's not any fun necessarily happen to be around and just to be somebody's nurse, or male nurse, or doctor, or whatever, while your spouse is or significant other is not in their best health. So try to do it as a team. Try to operate with this, and live together with harmony, as far as with your eating habits and everything, and make make the alterations, or the sacrifices you need to make to do what you got to do. Don't be thinking that everything has to be what this is how I was brought up, eating this, that, and the other thing, and I'm not going to change. If that's your thought in life, you're in for a rough road. And if you, especially if you have two of you are on the same path, then who's going to take care of who if you both end up messing with your health by what you eat and everything? Uh, so try to get on the same page with your dietary obligations to stay healthy, stay out of the doctor's office, and use that uh, premium for a trip or something together, rather than paying a hospital bill. Just treat yourself right, okay? You do your body right, and your body will do right by you, for sure. Trust me, I know. You know, I'm in better health than I was in my 40s and 30s. Okay, outside, it's really the years go by quick, but you don't really notice it if you just busy with life and you're eating unhealthy. You figure, what do I have to get time? You got to make time to make breakfast or lunch or dinner a healthy one. Okay, so everybody seems to be getting on the program. More and more people are not eating unhealthy, at least from what I can see, what I experience. As far as with my family, even them, they tend to be more health conscious and losing weight, and not and trying to get down to a healthy way of living. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for joining in, and hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully, my wife will get those cinnamon rolls gluten free. To the texture, I think, is what's giving her the issue. She doesn't necessarily, because she feels, I think, that the gluten free is not rising enough because of it doesn't get the air pockets in there with the yeast and all this, that, and the other thing. It, the flour itself has to be a certain type of texture to get it to rise the way she wants it. So that's what she's working on. So when she got it, she'll be on here with it, because I could show you someone. Hold on, let me see the ones we got so far. Let's see. These are the ones my wife did last night, and she putting them back in the oven to see how they do. She's not happy with them, so we'll see. she think that it's possible that they may end up um, not being cooked long enough, so she's putting them back in there for a minute. So this is AJ Chaos Cooks, and thank you guys for joining in for morning breakfast with a BLT, mine with cheese. Okay, all right, y'all take care and y'all have a good day. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.